Hey goons, welcome back to another Mopium Productions video. I'm back on CS2 as usual, deathmatch, the game mode we all love here. That's why you guys watch me and nothing else. But yeah, so recently I actually just finished watching Fire Force. It's not done yet. There's apparently 2 more episodes, and then the anime is like fully completed or completely done, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I know how it's gonna end. I read the manga ending back when it came out because I'm a big Soul Eater fan. I love Soul Eater as usual. I think this is my 3rd video on Fire Force. But yeah, so I finished Fire Force, and honestly, it's not a bad anime. I think it is extremely slow, but I think the reason why it's so slow is to give you time to kind of take in the world and understand like what's going on before the before the floor before the floor is ripped underneath you, or I forgot how the saying goes, but you guys know what I mean. And it's very clear that a lot of the later twists or reveals or whatever you want to call them is heavily inspired by Attack on Titan. Like, it felt very, very similar to a lot of Attack on Titan's twists. So if you like Attack on Titan, like, honestly, my favorite thing about Attack on Titan is the twists it's set up and all that jazz. So that's why I feel like I enjoyed Fire Force more. What the hell was that, dude? Is it lagging? I can't tell if it's lagging or not. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, so that was actually my favorite part about Attack on Titan is all the twists they set up. So if you like those twists, I would highly recommend Fire Force. It's just, it's pretty slow in the beginning. And one other critique I have about Fire Force after finishing it is that there's so many moments where you're like, okay, this is dragging on for too long. Like, let's just move on. Like, I think this part has said what it needs to say, has conveyed what it was trying to get across. But then it feels like it keeps dragging on for another like episode or 2. It's really annoying. And then when something cool happens, it literally ends within the same episode, or like it'll end the next episode, like, or halfway through the next episode. And it's like, and I'm like, dang, like, I really wish we spent more time in that scene or in that chapter or whatever you want to call it. So that's my main critique on Fire Force. But like I said, it makes you question religion a lot. It has a lot of commentary on religion and what it means to follow what you follow, or like, listen to the authority that you do. It feels very like, it's almost like a dystopian future kind of thing, but not really. I wouldn't call it dystopian. It's more like, honestly, I don't know. It's not really dystopian. It's just more like, like, pay attention to your surroundings or something like that. Like, something along those lines. Like, pay attention to what you're following. Like, make sure you fully understand what you're getting yourself into and stuff like that. I think that sounds about right. But other than that, it's a pretty cool anime. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I probably said like I said a lot. There was something else I was gonna say, and I'm losing it right. Oh, I remember now. So I feel like one of my biggest ideologies in life is that your life is what you want it to be, right? Like, the way you envision your life is how it will turn out, essentially. Like, you make a picture of what your life looks like, right? Like, if you have a mental picture of like, this is how I want my life to look like, or this is what I'm gonna be, or this is how I'm gonna end up, then I'm a big believer that it will happen as long as you're like picturing it or like imagining it. And towards the end of Fire Force, that's kind of what it seems like the author is like trying to convey, is like the way you the way you perceive things, or the way you like see your own world, is how your world is end up going to be. And I feel like it's a very like I feel like it's a very common sense thing, right? Like if you sit down and think about it for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, I think you'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. That in like the way you see your life in your head is how your life turns out to be. And so this kind of goes back to the comparison I made, maybe like I think 4 videos ago, where I was comparing like anime and Eastern cartoon versus Western cartoon. Like I said, a lot of Western cartoon is like, you know, you don't have to change. Like the world needs to change, or like the people around you needs to change, right? It's not you who has to put in the work; it's everybody else around you. And with Eastern, or like just anime in general, a lot of anime has the ideology of like, if something is wrong in this world, or if you feel like something is not right, then you are the one that has to change it. Like you are the one that can go out and make improvements to life. You are basically the master of your life. You are, you know, the master of your vision, or the master of your future and stuff like that. Like you are the one who controls everything. So if you're seeing a problem with the world, then you need to work on yourself in order to help the world, basically. Like that's kind of, and I feel like Fire Force is very similar in that, in order for the heroes or whatever, or the main characters to save the world, they need to change the way they see the actual real world. They need to change it into, they need to change their perspective on the world, essentially. And I'm a big proponent of that. I've always like preached that ever since, I don't know, like unironically 6 or 7 years ago. Like I'm a big advocate for the way how you envision your life, or how you picture your life, is exactly how it will turn out. I mean, obviously not like fully exactly, but like you like like if you have general broad like visions for yourself, then they will come true. It might not be the way you like it, or it may not be in the ways that you want it to happen, but it will happen, because if you keep seeing it, if you keep believing it, if you keep reminding yourself in your head, like, this is what I am, this is who I am, this is what my life is, this is what Earth is, then it's going to happen. And, you know, there have been, people are trying to do studies on it, like they're trying to, you know, apply it like scientifically, or at least like explain it scientifically, like why does this happen? And a lot of people say that it's because of quantum physics, and, you know, a bunch of particle physics shenanigans that I've talked about numerous times on this channel. It's probably in one of my older videos, one of my first videos. You know, it's like the thing is that atoms can communicate to each other no matter the distance. That's kind of the specialty of atoms, is one atom down here on Earth in my room can communicate to another atom that's over there, or that's, you know, on the moon or something like that, or like an atom in space. The thing is that all of our atoms are technically connected. And I feel like religion also kind of talks about this. And that's why, you know, I'm a big... What the hell was this guy doing? Nice. I didn't even get one shot on him. I'm so trash. But yeah, so like, I kind of believe in that theory of, like, you know, atoms can talk to each other. I think it's very well true. And I think it is a good explanation for, you know, why life turns out the way it does when you keep envisioning it the way you want it to be, right? Because you're essentially taking atoms of yourself, because, you know, creating that thought, creating those visions in your head requires energy input and energy output from your body. You need to put in the energy of thinking and then release that energy as heat, right? So when that energy gets released as heat, it also releases particles of heat. And those particles of heat are coming off from you. And then those particles can travel off into wherever, or wherever you want to be at any time in life, or any point in life, or any location in life. And, you know, they say, you know, what you think and what you say gets put out there, and it's like for the whole world, right? And I believe that. I believe that a lot. It's kind of I believe the science of it, of, you know, the atoms of you are coming off and going into the world. And then once they're out in the world, they could come back to you. Like, you know, they say what goes around comes around. And that, I think that's another scientific explanation, is the atoms of you go out and then come back to you. And, you know, what goes around comes around. But I also believe that when atoms come off of you and, you know, they don't come back, they go out in the air and they stay in the air or stay in the environment or whatever, they kind of build, those atoms have that energy that you put into it when you were thinking those visions, or when you were thinking of those future versions of yourself. Those atoms hold that energy and convert it to everything else. I feel like I'm really explaining this extremely poorly. But if you can follow along and you're understanding what I'm saying, then, you know, I'm glad that you can listen to my ramblings. But other than that, yeah, please listen to or envision a good picture for yourself. Envision a good future for yourself. Create a good imagination for yourself. And yeah, that's the moral of the video. Please subscribe.